Welcome to episode 10 of the Uncircumcised Podcast.
Technically episode 12.
Yeah, technically. But we call it 10. I'm here with Ben, Gisela, and Sigurd.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
On this episode, we're going to be talking about...
It's like chipper as ever. Hi.
Everybody's like, I'm not going to fucking say anything.
You're the fucking Ross Geller of the group. Hi.
What the fuck? Why is this just fucking bullying me today? I'm sorry, before we came on air, Martin told me he was going to give me one of his butt plugs so we could play ring toss. How this is my...
That's why I'm here today.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That was the whole plan.
Alright, whatever.
Said he was turning his fireplace on.
Electric. Don't forget that.
Yeah. They stopped using gas in the 40s, right?
Yeah, 44, somewhere around there, yeah.
That sounds about right.
Alright.
I think they just switched to oil. No, we're going to be talking about Ernest Scared Stupid and maybe a few others. Oh my god, I can take this.
I shouldn't have looked across the table. That's what got me.
Shit. Alright, that's starting on great.
Tonight on episode 10 of the Uncircumcised Podcast, we're talking Ernest Scared Stupid with Martin, Ben, Gisela, and Seaver.
That was a lot better than yours.
Can we start over?
Can we start over?
No, I don't know. I kind of like...
That's fine.
Tonight we're talking about
Yeah.
Ernest Scared Stupid, and that's pretty good.
Childhood favorite.
I liked it.
That's wonderful. So, Seaver, you're the Jim Varney fanatic, if that would be an accurate description of you.
I mean, I like the guy. I've seen a couple of his movies.
That would be an understatement, maybe.
Yeah, I like him quite a bit. I don't really know what to say, though.
So, one thing, when did he die?
2002?
And it was cancer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's from Kentucky.
Well, he was born in Kentucky.
Lexington, yeah.
And then moved off to Tennessee. And then is buried in Kentucky.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually been there, to that grave.
He died at his sister's house. And he asked her to open the window up. And then she left the room and he died. And she said, I guess he wanted his spirit to have a way out. So it was kind of sad. But,
Is that actually what happened?
yeah, that's a true story.
Damn.
I wasn't were you there?
Yeah.
It's like,
No,
okay.
it's a true
First
Hollywood
thing
story.
I opened the window.
It's a true Hollywood story.
And I grabbed the pillow and I put it over his face.
I closed the door and then I slowly walked towards him.
Auntie Helen was at the door.
Shut the lights off. Lock the door.
I had to wear an Auntie Nelda costume to get in. Hello, I'm here to see Jim. You know, all of that.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, he's hilarious in this movie, even though he's dead now.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorites.
He's pretty funny for a dead guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there a new one coming out of him?
Yeah. Actually, there's a new documentary that they're in the works of making right now called The Importance of Being Earnest.
The Importance of Being Earnest. All right.
Yeah. His nephew that wrote his biography
All right.
has teamed up with some people, and they're going around filming all kinds of stuff with people about Jim's life and all the people involved in making the movies. I just watched Ernest Scared Stupid in a watch party with some of those folks, and they showed some behind-the-scenes photos of making the movie and things that had never been seen until just now.
Nice.
That's pretty neat. Nothing really cool to report back other than, oh, I've seen this picture of, these people standing by a trailer, but not great to talk about, but it's neat to see,
Yeah, I can see that.
So, I remember watching this movie quite a lot when I was a kid. I have not seen the other ones. Actually, the goes to jail or prison, whatever.
Yeah, Ernest goes to jail.
I might have seen that one, but the Halloween movie, The Scare Stupid, fond memories. I probably watched that like 10, 20 times when I was a kid.
Hell yeah.
Most people know that one. I mean, if they know any Ernest movie, that's the one I would say that they know of. That was the first one that I seen, as a matter of fact, back in Germany too. And now, let me ask a question. In Norway, they probably didn't dub it, did they?
No.
No. Okay. It was just interesting to see what it would sound like in Norwegian. Yeah.
It would sound fucking awful. Terrible.
Golly, Bob, howdy, Vern. How would you say that?
Hey, hva fan det går för? Går det bra eller?
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I don't know. I kind of want to see the German dub now.
Wait a
No,
minute.
that's Norwegian.
Yeah, let's hear the German version of that.
No, I couldn't tell you.
You got
it right on your head, right there.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I don't
Just
know.
like
What
that.
would you say, though, Martin?
I'm not quite sure. They would have probably just used something different for it. I couldn't tell you right now. It's been so long since I watched it in German that I don't even remember what it sounds like exactly. I thought about actually rewatching it in German just to remember what it was like.
Didn't do it, though, huh?
I sure didn't know.
Did you bring your notes for this episode, too?
No, I did not.
Did you stay awake for the entire screening of the movie?
No, actually, I fell asleep about the car scene. But then I continued, okay?
Gisela, how do you say, how about a bumper sandwich, booger lips, in Norwegian?
I couldn't even tell you.
There's certain things you can't translate right either.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard.
Yeah. Like, in German, like, people will be like, oh, translate this. I'm like, don't put me on the spot first off, because I'm a horrible translator.
Booger lips would be a snorleppe.
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 In German would be, Popelippe.
It's got poop in it.
Popel. Not poop. Popel.
Poopel.
Popelippe. Popel.
Slur lip and poop lip. Just sounds like shit mouth to me.
I might be biased, but I'm going with the Norwegian one.
I'm going with the English version. I like that one the best personally.
There you go.
I'm going to go with the German one. I'm sorry.
Guten Tugen Bagen Boogerlooper.
You know how many people that reminded me of, and you just said that for some reason, the fucking Offspring song, Pretty Fly for a White Guy in the beginning.
kind of do that, didn't it?
Well, that was you.
Gluben, Glauben, Gluben.
You know how many people were like, isn't that German? I'm like, what the fuck is that? There's nothing German about that.
Nonsense.
I think they just hear Lubin and they're like, oh, that's German.
Yeah.
I'm just talking
Unter.
gobbledygook.
I might sound like a complete fucking ignoramus now, but do those words mean anything? I haven't listened to that song in like...
No. They don't mean jack shit.
It's just nonsense.
No.
Gibberish, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just trying to think of what Norwegian and German mixed together would sound like and said what I said. I didn't mean to sound like the Offspring.
You
or
sound
give
like a
anybody
racist.
flashbacks.
That's what you sound like.
Cool, man.
Against Germans and Norwegians.
Yeah, well, fuck whitey, right?
Oh.
Oh, well.
Ben is all quiet over here.
Can't someone just enjoy the conversation, Mark?
No.
No?
You gotta join in.
What could I have added to any of that? Nothing.
Were Norwegians Vikings, or was that the Swedish?
No, all of us.
All of us.
We're
Oh,
all
So,
Vikings.
yeah.
And deep inside.
So I'm sitting here bashing the cultures of two folks that are murderous and
Oh,
should
God.
be canceled.
Well,
anyway,
actually-
so.
Get fucked.
Majority of Vikings were actually not like pillaging and raping and shit like that.
I know, they got a
They were
bad
more
The Nazis did
sophisticated.
too, right?
Yeah, they were actually.
Damn.
So,
Yeah, but Norwegians, the Swedes, Danish, they were all Vikings, own clans.
what about the Ottomans
That's more his
Yeah, it's
territory.
not more
who
my
had
Yeah.
the high ground?
Yeah, that was more of the German part there. Now, barbarians, you have those more Germans. By the way,
Botswana?
what?
What about Botswana?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I know they don't have no trees.
Okay.
Because in Ernest Scared Stupid, there was a Botswanian lumberjack, and he never had a job.
Yeah, that's okay. I remember that part. Yeah. When you said that, I was like, yeah, I recall that.
Jesus Christ. We need Seaver here every week just to mind fuck Martin because it happens every time.
That's why you're quiet. You're just leaning.
I just let it
Ben
happen.
is enjoying it, yes,
Yes.
very much so. But no, good show if you haven't watched that on Netflix. Any of you watched that?
What?
Watch
Barbarians?
Botswana?
No,
Bavarians.
Barbarians?
Yes,
Oh, no.
I don't know.
they just released the second season. I'm gonna have to watch that. That's a German short, but it's also dubbed in English and whatever the fuck you want to watch it in.
I mean, I know Conan the Barbarian.
Not that one. He was Austrian.
Jesus fucking Christ. You're splitting hairs.
Potato.
So the pizzas that they used in Ernest Scared Stupid whenever they were in the treehouse and they were flinging them at the Murdick kids that came up talking all that shit, those were reused props from Ninja Turtles Part 2.
Nice.
Because they kind of had a shoestring budget and were grabbing whatever they could.
Why didn't they just do like a slice at a time anyway instead of the whole pizza?
Well, the prop was a single giant piece of pizza.
Not bad.
No.
And it threw it like a frisbee. It was all the gimmick. You saw the movie.
Yeah.
Or you
But
fell
those
asleep.
were straight up.
No, I was a regular.
Those were reused props from Ninja Turtles 2.
It's the secret of the
Very
ooze,
nice.
Martin.
Yeah, buddy.
I haven't watched that in a long time.
Yeah. Also featuring booger-lipped characters, right? There was
Yeah.
some snotty looking
Most
folks in there somewhere.
definitely.
Kevin Nash was in that as well.
Yeah.
Who's that?
He is a wrestler.
Yeah,
He was
his son
Super
recently
Shredder.
died on Scott Hall's birthday.
Yep.
Had the worst day of his life. I couldn't imagine. But yeah, booger lips, am I right?
Oh shit!
So what was your guys' favorite scene in the movie? Did you have one? Did you like Bobby and his buddy selling the troll gear?
Oh god!
For a marked up price.
Yeah.
The fucking troll spray and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was
At least
$16 a can or something like that.
yeah,
100 cans.
spending over $1,000, but at the
1,600
end
or
of the
something like
movie,
that. Yeah.
at the end of the movie, when Ernest
Plus
saved the
tax,
day,
you know.
at the end of the movie, when he saved the day, they did say, "Well, the troll spray's on us. Consider that a gift." So they knocked off like $40, so that was nice of them.
I watched Cinemassacre's review of that movie today.
Oh, wow.
And, oh, wow.
I forgot that existed. I'm sorry. Angry Video Game Nerd is what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. I'm so goddamn offended. Fuck.
Go fuck yourself.
James Rolfe takes offense at your sarcasm.
All right, so let's hear about the review he stole from somebody else first.
Yes.
So what he was saying, he was trying to compare those two guys to Penn and Teller. You got the one guy that doesn't talk, and you got the guy who won't shut the fuck up.
But he does talk, doesn't he?
Yeah, well,
Teller does not.
No, I'm talking about in.
Yeah, the guy in the movie.
yeah.
says
well, no, the
few
only
words.
reason Bobby's quiet in the movie is because the studio didn't want to hire him to be in the movie. That they didn't like the way he sounded.
Didn't he come from like the commercials and stuff? Sort
Yeah,
of.
he
the
was
same.
friends with John Cherry
Yeah.
and all them, and they wanted him to be in the movie. But the studio couldn't understand him. They were getting him speech classes and stuff because the fella talks pretty strange.
Oh, really?
So in that first Ernest Goes to Camp movie, the guy that is with Gilliard Sartain is not Bobby. It's actually the sheriff from this movie, Daniel Butler, who makes these movies with John Cherry. He played his buddy with the thick pop bottle glasses and the eggs erroneous. And then by the second movie, they had enough sway with the studio to get Bill Burge in there to be Bobby. So the rest is kind of history with that. Huh. And he doesn't talk a lot for that reason, not for any fucking, I'm sorry, James Rolfe opinions.
Well, I think most of us kind of stopped listening to James Rolfe's opinions.
No. But they do have a nice dynamic like that. It does remind you. So.
Yeah, I mean, I see a resemblance, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that could have been what they had in mind, too. They just, once they decided Bill wasn't going to talk, they were like, well, let's just do Penn and Teller.
So, but I mean, he does talk in this movie, doesn't he? He says a few words, or
Yeah, I could have sworn he
I
said.
don't think he said anything.
Yeah, I don't think he said anything.
Did he
either.
not? Shit.
No, he did in Ernest Saves Christmas.
I don't know if I watched that one or not.
He did
trying to
talk in
remember
this
if I watched
movie.
Oh, okay. My favorite scene in the movie would have to be when he's standing. I told you about this. When he's standing there in the treehouse, looking at the fucking havoc, all the trolls basically molesting every single adult in the city, and he's like, "Oh my god, they're going to say it's my fault."
Yeah.
That is my favorite part.
And then
Hands
he
down.
proceeds to conk a guy on the head with a bowling ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite part probably would have been at the end where he just fucking, like, the mother's love, where he grabs the damn troll and gives him a big ass kiss.
Yeah.
That part was great.
Good stuff.
I actually had two. The little fight they had on the truck. where the troll like cuts his like
Ralph
shears.
fell
Where he fell asleep.
Yeah, where,
Ralph fell asleep.
where Martin fell asleep. And also, small little thing is when he went into the little grocery store and the troll follows him in.
Oh, yeah.
And
with
the
gun
clerk
and
pulls
all
the
that.
gun, and I'm like, and the thing of it is, he was like really quick to react on that shotgun. He like
Yeah.
pulled that thing out fast, and I was like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
I
That
did like
clerk
that.
was so tall, too.
He was like
He was bumping in front of the sign above
yeah,
his
there
head
was
and shit.
signage like right behind him, and he
Yeah.
was literally like bumping all over it. I was like, God, that dude's fucking gigantic.
Because Jim wasn't a short guy.
Couldn't have been.
And then to contrast, that little bastard playing the troll runs up all creepy like the leprechaun.
That is true.
Now, there was only one reference to another movie that I realized, at least. Maybe there was more, but Nightmare on Elm Street, where at the beginning when they say, this is not Nightmare on Troll Street.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any other movie reference in the movie?
Well, the whole opening credits was a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah,
different-
that part,
different
yeah.
scenes
I'm
from
talking about
both
this
movies.
throughout the movie.
Throughout. Nothing's jumping out at me right off.
That was the only one that jumped out
there
at
was
me.
a
Like,
bunch of them.
yeah.
And then two of the trolls in the fight scene were reused killer clowns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the guys that did the special effects for the movie needed more shit, so they repurposed two of
I'll
the
be
suits from
damned.
the Killer Clowns movie to be two of the trolls.
I never liked that movie. Oh, my God.
Why do you?
My daughter had a fascination with
My
those
daughter
movies
liked
for
that
some-
movie, too. I just never liked it.
I just-
Well, I mean, like the movie or not, it's a neat piece of trivia. They're cool little,
Oh, sure.
freaky little monsters that they just.
They can be on
grind
the
up.
game, too.
Yeah, there is a
Nice
game
one, too,
coming
with
out.
those big old noses
Well,
sticking out. I mean,
Thinking about it now, you're like, man, that movie's such a classic. I can't imagine somebody doing something like that to those suits. But that just tells you how the movie wasn't a hit. And they just kind of had it, and they're like, they didn't give a shit back then, you know?
yeah.
I'm sure they regret doing it now, but thinking about if they could sell them. But
Roger
man, they were
Corman.
awesome.
Roger Corman School of Thought. It's like, what do we have here in the back we can use? Just fucking, yeah, just, oh, we got that doll. Use that, throw that in there. That works.
Well, I guess Martin's done talking about the movie. Cause
No.
Is he looking up Amazon
I was
reviews?
just pulling stuff up as you all were talking, essentially.
I'm
just to-
sorry. He's scrolling down and he just came across a book called English Grammar for Dummies, which I thought was kind of funny.
And the person in the cover's not even saying anything. English Grammar for Dummies.
Well, she hasn't
Quoted
read it
as,
yet.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, for dummies.
All right.
Anyway, I wasn't done. I mean, I didn't say that we were done with it or anything like that. I was just pulling something up as we were talking.
About Eartha Kitt. She was
Yeah.
fantastic in the movie, being you like Batman and stuff. She was Catwoman in the old TV show.
Yep.
I wasn't a big fan of the old TV show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I love the old Batman, especially the animated series. The original show, not my thing. But
Well, she was also on Star Trek. Is that up your alley?
no, not at all. Actually,
Huh.
Star Trek.
Well,
Can't say that.
well, she was in the movie, and I thought she did a really good job.
I mean, honestly,
I'm sorry that you didn't
I
like
wanna
the
say that-
project she was in that I referred to. But back to her as an actress in the
No, she-
movie,
yeah.
fantastic,
Yeah.
screaming around with that wild hair.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I couldn't understand though was at the beginning of the movie, it looks like they're in like the 1700s, right? Burying this troll and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
And everybody in the town thinks it's some old spooky myth like it never happened. And then whenever these kids get saved, she knows them. She was a kid when they were kids.
That's
So
what
she's
if
basically
that-
like 200 years old.
it's like.
No, if she's not that old, that town is that ass backwards to where just like maybe 60 or 70 years ago, they look like they were in the 1700s.
Yep.
And that quickly, they forgot all that was bullshit. Like, everybody should know this troll was real. Nobody should have thought that lady was crazy. But then it's like the town forgot, but the little girl's giving the book report, and then Chuck and Bobby already have all those troll things made at the place, so it's a
It's a little
spooky
plausible.
folklore.
I thought-
it's weird.
They had like real troll things that they sold them. I thought
Yeah.
it was just random bullshit that they just.
No, it was all
tried to-
branded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was branded.
It had names on it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
because
mean,
I actually thought about this morning. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, wait a minute. I thought the intro was like 16, 1700s or something
Yeah.
like that. And they say that, the generations in your family will just become dumber and dumber.
yeah.
but
So
if-
that old lady's was she
It's-
immortal until those kids got released?
Exactly. But I mean, that would mean that the guy that
Sure,
buried the
damn
troll would have been just his grandfather.
Yeah, Yeah, everybody would have known what was going on.
Yeah.
And it didn't make any sense.
Like, everyone just forgot. It's kind of like Ghostbusters. Like,
So that lady...
30 years ago, I mean, the world fucking ended and we had Gozer and fucking...
That lady could be hundreds of years old. She could have been doing some wild shit, drinking the blood of the innocent or something. We don't know. Maybe that's why everybody hated
That's the way she lived. I mean...
Well, that junk in her yard may have been some kind of totem to Satan to keep her alive.
For Gozer.
It's that tree they vandalized in the back. I was like, oh shit, this is your tree?
Was that in her yard, or was
I think
Ernest
it was,
assuming, was Ernest just assuming that because she freaked out so hard?
I don't think they actually said anything on that.
Ernest is just like, I didn't know it was your property. And
Yeah, but I mean, whenever she walks out in the forest and she sees it and freaks out and he follows her, and I would assume they go back to her house.
maybe we could talk air rights.
Yeah,
You know.
they go back there and I assume it's her house. She tells him about the fucking, don't knock on the tree and say
So
this
they
and that.
wandered around the town in the woods so far back that they ended up behind her property, assumedly, and he didn't even realize it.
Yeah,
I would like to see a town layout, a map of that town.
If we
call the
watched it
city
and then
planning
tried
office.
to-
I want to see a fucking map of Briarville.
What about those troll traps they sold him too?
When
The one where the big one where
comically
you
large
just
bear
yeah,
trap.
that's it.
Yeah.
But
The
when-
dumpster thing.
When you think about it, also, if she gave him the information of how to release this troll, why would she give it to him knowing
Yeah.
that he
It's
is...
I think she low-key wanted him to release it.
I think
but
that
she
was the whole
acted
point of it, yeah.
But it's just so weird because she was so fearful of him being near it, but
Yeah.
then she's telling him everything.
It's exactly how you do it.
And then whenever it happens, she's like, well, the prophecy's fulfilled.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the whole point. I think she wanted him to actually do it so she can bring back her siblings on that.
Maybe that she was just the link they needed. They didn't want, like, I don't know. That just, it was a little convoluted to me and especially for an Ernest movie. I was like, this is making me think too hard. Like, I shouldn't
Well, honestly,
get-
you don't have to think about it at all. I mean, if you overthink it, then it's when we run into situations like this right now where we go, well, is that right?
Well, I like that an Ernest movie makes me have these kind of questions. It's a thinker. It's a think piece.
Yeah.
Deep thoughts to that.
That giant can opener was one of the best things that whole series, the whole movie series. I love it so much.
I want one of those, yeah.
Was Rimshot in every movie?
No, he was in 2 of them, I think.
What other one was
Maybe
he?
3. He was in Ernest Goes to Jail also.
Okay.
Was he in jail with Ernest?
No. He was in his yard and stuff, though, at his house.
Oh, okay. Was anyone watching him? Feeding him?
I'm guessing somebody would have to. I don't remember.
No, nobody was there.
Oh, no.
He might have been in another movie.
That's why it was the
I
last
can't
movie he was
remember.
in.
He was hunting
He
rats.
died.
He just ate whatever he found.
We talked about this the other night. It seems that a lot of 90s movies had Jack Russells.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the go-to dog in 90s
Yeah.
comedies.
Milo
Yeah.
from The Mask.
And Eddie from Frasier. And there's another one, too. I cannot think of it right now. But
Beethoven.
Yes, that one definitely.
yeah, Beethoven's best buddy in the movie. He's a Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Turn on Hooch?
oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom Hanks played a Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah.
Teaming up with some weird slobbery dog.
That was Jim Belushi.
Yeah, he's the guy that adopted him. He was the cop. He was a cop and a half.
Homeward Bound.
Yeah, Homeward Bound, the Incredible Hooch. Scared Stupid.
There it is.
Yeah.
The freaking 2 kids that got trapped in the damn dumpster.
Yeah, the
that part
nerd
made.
dicks.
I was like, how the fuck did they even get trapped into that? That was kind of
Well, Ernest drove a trash truck, and they were in a dumpster, and he just flung it back there into the back.
no. He sets that trap for the
Yeah.
troll, and they are the ones that ended up in the damn trap.
Yeah, because they're stupid
They're
kids.
fucking
thought
dumb
they,
with the
yeah, they
drugs.
thought they were going to be like, we'll hide in this troll trap, and then when they open it, we'll scare them, because we're the Murdicks. You know, just trying to troll the kids. And then it backfired on them, and they
And they kept
cried
the
like little baby girls. and
they
Ernest
kept
got
the mask
fired.
on the whole damn fucking time, and then they took them on and fucking cried.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they was all well lit and smoky inside that truck.
Oh hell
when
yeah!
opened
They
it.
got fucking baked in there.
I like to think Ernest just started throwing troll spray in there trying to drown it out.
Gas them out.
So yeah.
Smoke them out.
Yeah, those kids are just in there with crazy road flares and poisonous gases.
Maybe they stole Eartha Kitt's fog machines from her forest.
Yeah, that's it.
Like on the beginning when freaking he was trapped in the dumpster and it started coming together and he tries to hold up a fucking muffler to block it to...
Oh, yeah.
Well, the part when it actually got done then, and he just, like, it comes out him inside of this fine compressed piece of junk, his head just sticking out. I was like, you better fucking dead.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Well, what about whenever the whole town banded together to go get the troll?
Evil dies tonight!
Yes, It was exactly like that. Straight up Halloween 2. We got the whole Halloween series out of that.
Fun fact, the new Halloween trilogy was actually based on Ernest Scared Stupid.
It really could be. Because, I mean, you got your starting story that establishes all this stuff, and then it goes into the future, and the monster's attacking his kids, and it's beat with love.
The future, apparently 20 years. We thought it was a couple of 100 years, but apparently it was just like 20, 30 years. Everyone forgot about trolls. And
I'd say probably more like 60 years.
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I'll give you that. Touche, German. Touche.
Yeah, so, in the end, Ernest got his job back and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know
everything
how.
will forgive
Even
even I was
after-
like, well, you fucked it all up, but then you brought it all back. That's
Yeah,
good.
well, you did kidnap my kids and try to crush them in a trash compactor, but
It's good now.
you found out milk kills these things, so sure.
You know, I mean, the kids saved the day, really, not Ernest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I still also say that the acting of the kids versus the parents was a whole lot better from the kids than the parents.
That little girl was really dead-eyed, though. And I looked it up while we was watching it, and that little girl ended up being Tommy's bitchy girlfriend from Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, same kid. She grew into her forehead, but not, not the eyes.
Oh, God.
Not the eyes. Still had the big eyes.
Would anyone here, as a parent, feel comfortable sending your kids out to hang out with the garbage man?
Ernest,
local garbage
absolutely.
guy?
Ernest,
Yeah, he was Ernest.
absolutely.
If it was Ernest,
I think
Well, I
we'd
mean,
say-
us as an audience watching a movie.
if I knew Ernest and stuff, yeah. But if it was, just like my garbage man, no.
you mean like
That'd be weird.
the inmates that ride around here?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the sentiment.
Yeah, do the parents know that Ernest actually has been to jail, that he's got a record?
I'm sure that got expunged once they found out it was all mistaken identity. You figure they'd know about Electro Man, though.
The garbage man with a fucking sordid history of going to jail and
Yep.
his weird-ass dog and
Going to camp.
releasing trees and his ancestors.
Hell, we don't know
burying
what he
people
did in the
alive.
70s. He could have been in Vietnam, and his shell shocks maybe why he's such a nice guy now.
That-
That's kind of like fucking Rambo.
That would be a movie I want to watch.
Taking
Ernest goes to
handyman
Vietnam.
Ernest goes to it.
Ernest
Just
goes to
taking
Vietnam.
handyman jobs to deal with the flashbacks.
Oh shit!
So he never picks up a gun. He picks up comic props like giant troll traps.
On all the Ernest movies, which one? I know you watched them more than any of us. Which one is your favorite, actually?
Ernest Goes to Camp,
All right,
the first one.
I need to.
That was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. I was 2 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't remember it or anything, but my mom took me to see it. I remember going to see Friday the 13th Part 8 at the drive-in when I was 3,
Oh.
but I don't remember going to see this when I was 2, but I did go see it in the theater. So it's got a special place in my nicotine-soaked heart.
No, I get that. I haven't really watched any of those in a long time, so I have to rewatch all of them. What I'm also planning on, but have you? How many have you watched, Ben? Have you Ernest movies?
I've seen Goes to Camp, Goes to Jail, Scared Stupid, and Slam Dunk Ernest. And
About Ernest Goes to School?
no, never seen it.
So, which one was your favorite from the ones that you remember?
As a kid, it was Slam Dunk Ernest because that's the one I had on VHS.
And
So
man, the
I
Bulls
watched
was
it.
hot, and the NBA was hot when
Yeah.
that movie
And
came
Kareem
out.
Abdul-Jabbar was in it, so it's like, hey.
Watching it these days, it doesn't hold up as
Oh,
well.
I'm sure it's not good.
entertainment-wise,
No.
but unless you've got a special place for it. Like, if you guys have never seen it and you tried to watch it now, you'd be like, nah, this ain't it. But me and Ben would still enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd like it, for sure.
So, how many Ernest movies are there? 8? 10?
I think there, 9?
116.
No.
Well, no, you got Ernest Goes to Camp, then Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Runs Again, Ernest in the Army, Ernest Goes to Africa.
What does he do in Africa? Just fuck
I
shit
feel
up.
like I'm missing one.
It's South Africa.
Did you not say Ernest Goes to
I
School?
didn't say Slam Dunk Ernest or Ernest Goes to School. Yeah, there's 9.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, there's 9 of them.
Ernest Goes to Africa? I can
Yeah,
remember
that
watching
and
it.
like 3, 4 other ones that you mentioned. I've never heard of it.
Well, Ernest went to Africa because they shot those movies in Africa because it was way cheaper than shooting them in America. They couldn't think of a good plot, so they just said Ernest Goes to Africa.
You couldn't go to Canada?
They shot Ernest
Let's go to Canada.
Ernest in the Army. They also shot in Africa.
Oh, okay.
The Ernest Goes to Africa is real weird though. He does like brown face and stuff, and pretends to be in this guy's harem. So he's all dressed up like a kind of like. I mean, it's not weird if you consider him like Bugs Bunny, like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of shit they were having Ernest doing at that point. So he's dressed up like a Princess Jasmine harem type person with
brown
his
face?
face covered up and in brown face and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's caught on to that and canceled Ernest yet from his grave.
Well, I mean, he's dead. What are you going to do?
Oh, they'll find a way to cancel his ass.
I mean, that movie's not on any platforms officially. It's free on YouTube, but I don't think anybody's like, hey, check out this Ernest movie. I mean, aside from that brown face stuff, it's not even that good of a movie. Seeing Jim doing goofy stuff's pretty fun.
He was Jim Carrey before there was a Jim Carrey.
No, they were coming up about the same time. But yeah.
Ernest was around the 80s, though, wasn't he?
Jim Carrey was too.
Jim was doing stand-up and trying to come up at that time, too.
Yeah.
Mid-80s.
Doing the rubber face thing.
Oh, okay.
He was in Earth Girls Are Easy too.
Yeah,
an
and Once
80s
Bitten
movie.
was in 1984. I think.
Yeah, so he was around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they came up the same and both had rubbery ass faces and made a living doing it. I would say that Jim probably was an influence on Jim. And you can take that either way you want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It might have been the other way around.
Yeah, maybe a little more Jim on Jim. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what it was. A little bit Jim.
Yeah,
Just a little
Jim
bit.
for sure.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, which one is your favorite? If you from
Well,
the one that you've seen.
the only one that I remember seeing is Scared Stupid. But I love it.
Yeah,
I have vague memories of seeing another one, and I'm just not sure if it's camp or jail or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like rewatching
they're
the
both
other
same
night.
scenery.
You know, it's like, oh yeah, now this is about to happen. It just clicks in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Watch them anytime, dude.
Yeah.
Scared Stupid was played like so many times during Halloween. Like in Germany, they don't have Halloween, but during Halloween, they would play horror movies all the fucking time. Just like over here, but they don't have Halloween.
Yeah.
Do they have anything like that in Norway?
No, we don't have any Halloween or anything. On the west coast of Norway, there is a tradition on New Year's Eve that kids will dress up and walk door to door and get candy. We call it julebuk. I would not even know how to translate that.
Okay.
Sounds like yearbook.
That did sound like your book to me, too.
In Germany, they have Fasching. What?
Flashing?
Fasching.
Fucking yearbook.
But
Spooky season.
essentially,
It is flashing season, yeah.
that actually goes over
There you
like, several weeks where they do that, and like every town will have it at like a different date where they have like what they call fushing, where the kids dress up, and they don't go door to door or anything like that. They will have like festivals where they come through and like give the kids candy and shit like that.
So what confused me just a second ago, you said you don't have Halloween.
We don't have Halloween now.
But at a certain time of year, in
Halloween.
October, they play scary movies.
Yes.
I don't understand that, but okay.
It's television. They just...
Oh, okay.
So Halloween didn't start becoming a big thing in Norway until around, I would say, mid-2000s.
Yeah, in Germany, I would say that it started more that... So, because Halloween not being a thing over there when I was a kid, and we knew about it from TV and shit like that, we would actually go from house to house during Halloween.
So you guys really didn't get Halloween until you got the internet and you saw what the rest of the world was doing.
No, more TV. Maybe you got to color TV. That's what we figured out.
Yeah.
No,
guys,
I mean, we've always
got USA eyes.
So there's always been Halloween, but I think most European countries just have kind of, like, still today there's a pushback against Halloween being celebrated.
Yeah,
like, people are like, Americanizing our culture and shit, like, all that bullshit there. That's like...
They like dance around maypoles and sacrifice people in Norway, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, Halloween's nothing to us because that's what we do in the spring.
I mean, we do Midsummer, so why don't we just fucking, put a clown costume on our kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, get some candy.
They do their Halloween in the spring. And you guys
next
do
year we're
it
going to sacrifice
in
the
the 40s.
grandparents anyway. Just let them have some fun.
Holy fucking shit.
Oh, shit. Anyway, what I was going to say
Last
is
Christmas with Granny.
we would go house to house and we would basically,
You did that in the 40s too, you motherfucker.
Yeah, it's all right.
Show me your papers.
We would go house to house checking for people.
Oh,
we would basically be like
We had
trick or
our
treat,
costumes on.
say in German what was like Süßes und
Big
Saures.
old belt buckle.
So you would trick or treat, but you would not.
We wouldn't even dress up, okay? We would just go house to house and be like
hey,
trick or treat.
we're kids, here we
Like
are.
everybody knew what you were doing, but nobody would say what you were doing, right?
Yeah, essentially, well, most people didn't know what the fuck it was, so they'd be like, what?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh yeah, it's this kind of holiday in America and shit like that.
Yeah, but that's why you put costumes on so people know what's going on.
And we didn't give a shit about that.
Alright.
But because I didn't know, a lot of people wouldn't have candy at home. They'd be like, you take money?
Hell yeah. So it's an extortion racket.
Well, so one guy actually ended up giving us like $100. It was 3 of us.
So that's what you mean. So that's what the Germans mean when you say, show me your papers. It's actual money.
Yeah, then Martin started going door to door.
Show me your papers, please.
But that was great, man. Like,
Good times. German Reich and everything. Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Good
I mean,
times.
sometimes we get some old pennies or something, but nobody was ever giving us bills.
yeah, over here when I heard like, oh, little candy bars or whatever, and even a full-size fucking Snickers bar, no, this fucking mini shit. And back in the day, we get fucking money and other random shit. I don't even fucking remember what it was, but it was just ridiculous.
Do you
I
guys have
guess
that
we
thing?
just need to trick or treat at the old folks' home where they don't know what's going on.
A sock with oranges and shit.
Yeah.
Listen,
You want to beat them?
Oh my god.
He just walked in with a pen to fucking song.
He's like, Happy Halloween!
Thumbs up.
This is how we do it, right? Right?
Beat them with a sack of oranges. It won't leave a bruise.
Do you guys have that thing? You put a coffee cup under the bed, and
Nope.
Santa. I'm not asking y'all. I know y'all don't have it.
okay.
I'm asking him. So you put a cup under the bed, and Santa puts money in it.
No.
Or not Santa, but like an elf thing.
Okay, so one thing that we have is on the 6th of December, it is St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
That you would take your shoes and set it outside, and St. Nicholas would basically bring like candy and put it in the fucking shoes. That's what they have there.
That's gross. The fuck is wrong with you
You just
people?
keep leaving spaghetti in mine, bro. What's going on?
Like your dad's work shoes.
It's supposed to be boots, like your window boots that you would set out. And
Sorry, did you say, wait a minute, did you say window boots? What the fuck is that?
Winter.
Okay. I thought you said window boots. I was like, what are you people doing over there?
window boots. That's when you gotta stomp through the window, damn it.
Just cat shit in mine. I guess I wasn't a good kid this year.
Oh, shit.
Oh no! The coffee cup under the bed thing. We just put our teeth under it, and magically, like 50 cents shows up the next day.
Put your teeth under your pillow.
I thought that was the pillow. Yeah.
Hey, with inflation, I'm pretty sure it's like $5 now.
Yeah.
Now with inflation, I'm pretty sure it's just give me a goddamn tooth that's going in the trash.
You didn't live in my
I think the most
household.
valuable thing a kid can get under the bed now is like a gallon of gas.
I got the match, boy.
Good God.
One thing before we move on, I have to say this. You said Ernest saves Christmas, and I keep thinking back to Scared Stupid. The kids saved the day. Ernest just fucked everything up. And he knows it. I mean, really, that line, oh my God, they're going to blame me. That changes his character completely, really, to something like cute and funny, to just a complete asshole.
He does save it. He fucking kisses the troll at the end, man.
Yeah,
but
the milk.
If he wouldn't kiss the main one at the end, it wouldn't.
I also don't think that troll was allergic to love. I think it was just homophobic.
Yeah.
I think if a woman did that to the troll, it wouldn't have freaked out and its head exploded.
Well, yeah,
He's just like, I'm with that gay shit! Pop!
Must be with that shit.
But no, the milk quit working. The milk didn't work on him. So
I'm above, not even milk can stop me.
So milk is too similar to semen, really. That's why it kills him.
Yeah.
oh,
Yep.
well, there you go.
He ain't gonna catch me with no white stuff.
Oh my God!
Sound like Dr. Claw over here.
This be a good time to bring out the butt plug, Martin.
Let me go get it, Ben. You ready?
Bend over.
Until
Nobody's got up now.
until I see a butt plug, I'm not commenting.
Let me go on Amazon real quick.
Otis getting it. He's got you.
He's trying to find a way out.
You went the wrong way.
He's
No.
like, I don't know where the fuck to go.
So, authentic Bulgarian miak, do you think that's a real thing?
I hope it is.
That is a good question. I'm going to Google that shit right now.
And if it is a real thing, how did Ernest know about it?
Where did he find a fucking can? It wasn't even in season. That's what's in the movie.
He knows his shit, but I like that he was going to go through the alphabet whenever he saw that letter was missing. Started at A, remembered hearing of something called miak, and was like, that's got to be it. It cannot be anything beyond an A.
What was it supposed to be, actually?
Milk.
Okay,
Milk.
so...
Yeah.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm referring to, like, what is miak? What,
Yeah,
In
that's
my
what I'm
mind, I'm
saying.
thinking Vegemite. Something like that.
It was in a jar. It looked like jelly or something in the movie.
So, miak is not real.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, that's too bad.
I bet you didn't think I could find any this time of year, did you?
Oh, shit. Have any, like...
We're not going to give a rating. We're just going to skip
Yeah,
that.
okay. Let's Ben, restart review.
4 out of 5, just because it brought me back to being like 5 years old watching it.
All right. Gizlet?
I give it 4 geese out of 16.
4 out of 16?
No, I don't.
So you give it like a 2?
Nah, if I'm being serious, I would give it a 4 out of 5 too. Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, no, actually, you know what? Jim Varney is such a wholesome, wonderful man when he was alive. 5 out of 5.
And Ben, I think the Killer Clowns, finding that out tonight in the...
yeah. Well,
That should bump you up to a 5, too.
yeah, I didn't know that. Like, as a matter of fact, when I was watching it, I was telling him before we started, like it was on. I was like, that they reminded me of the Killer Clowns from Outer
Oh,
Space,
really?
and he was like, "Oh, Seaver has something to say about that." And I was like, "Okay, yeah."
Yeah, so finding that
You know
out,
what? Yeah.
finding out the pizza thing, and then finding out that little girl was Tommy's girlfriend. Just the future impact some of the things in this movie had on your life that you didn't even realize.
And the thing
That
of it
you learned
is,
tonight, give it an extra fucking star.
he's like the second like top person that has a connection everywhere.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
with other movies and actors and everything else.
Oh yeah, he's your Kevin Bacon guy because of Toy Story.
Yep,
Yeah.
Slinky Dog, baby.
Yeah.
What do you give it?
No, you next.
Yeah,
I give it a 5 out of 5 personally.
Okay.
It's just good memories. From, remembering just watching it as a child. And then even nowadays, it still holds up the same way to me than it does when I was a child. Not all movies I can watch that I watched as a child that would be the same way that I still look at them.
Yeah.
But that's one that I still totally will say 5 out of 5, just because of that.
Well, yeah. I give it a 3.
No, I think we can throw in an
It's not the best Ernest movie, but I really like it a lot. I watched a lot of. That's my 3rd time watching it this month already.
That's a great drop this month. For each time to watch it, hey, wait, nah.
It's like, you know what, that big ass bear trap, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He shit on me for not giving it a 5 just a second ago. Oh, you didn't bump it up a star? Fuck you.
You're the toughest critic out of every one of us here, though.
No. Before you finish, Seaver,
I definitely give it a 4.
Okay, thank you. Rebuttal. That motherfucker sitting over there is the harshest critic out of all of us. And you know that.
I just wanted to laugh, and it worked. Throwing the 3 up there.
Yeah, it's real. I was like, 3?
Yeah. But because of what I learned tonight about the stuff I already knew, I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. I'll go ahead and bump it back up with you guys, too. It's a great movie.
Good. Especially, you know.
Seeing all the movie sets they built for that was really good, too.
Yeah.
Like the
like
scene
the tree.
where the tree and that whole forest, and then where the troll's pulling the truck, that whole fight scene, that was all a movie studio. That wasn't like a...
Do you think that the tree house that was in that, by the way, was actually in that tree, or was it just on the ground like a set?
Oh, it's on the ground.
It was built on that treehouse.
Well,
like it was what you see was what you get. They built all
So
that.
I didn't know if they were actually shooting like stuff off the ground.
I mean,
on the ground.
There might be some exterior shots like up like that, but I mean, all the shots in the treehouse.
It's hard to find a fucking tree like that.
Oh, I see what he's saying. He's like, whenever like you're seeing the troll and them chase each other and stuff.
all
with their
that.
ground
Yeah, that's
set.
a set.
I'm sure it was all still on the same treehouse. I don't think they had money to do more than one set.
Yeah, that would be interesting, actually. Like,
and you can see how tightly those things were shot whenever they were up there. Like they got in real close to the characters and stuff.
Yeah.
If there was more room in the shots, I would say maybe
I don't think it would have cost
set.
them that much to build one set. I mean, it's just that one little tree stump they run around.
You got pinched them pennies, bro.
Trees are expensive, man.
Yeah.
Especially with trees
It's
like
not
that.
a
Come on.
there's
You
not a
don't
lot
get
of
many
trees
like that.
around. I mean, shit.
Not like that.
I make use of the few trees we have left.
I'm trying to get rid of the ones out here.
I wanted to make a work joke right now. Well, one of our guys upstairs, we keep making fun of him because every fucking thing he does, he prints everything. Prints and prints and prints. He
I'm
has
sorry,
killed.
I'm not familiar with your job, so that's not relevant to me.
That person has printed so many fucking things that he doesn't need to print. He has killed more trees than the fucking orcs in Lord of the Rings.
So what's that? Eartha Kitt would be proud of him because
I would
she?
think so.
Do you think that old lady would have rather that tree been pulled up and turned into wood? And do you think if that happened, it would have freed the troll? Well, not turned into paper. Do you think if that tree got chopped down, it would have freed the troll?
No, it had to be a whorl. Remember, there was.
So the tree could get chopped down, and then
Yeah.
the troll's just stuck there forever.
I mean, he could have maybe like touched a root or something.
I don't know.
Or maybe it would have grown back really fast right after that. Like, they chop it down and just...
Well,
He could just pat the stump.
well, were the roots kind of what kept him tied down? Yeah, if you chopped that tree down and pulled the roots up and everything, you could dig that. I think you could have dug that troll out.
Yeah, of course he could have dug it out.
Yeah, pulled him out. Do you think Ernest would have had to knock on him at that point? If he was out of the hole?
Like, hey, bitch.
Yeah, if he was out
Wake
of the
up!
hole. Yeah, if the old lady had him on a table, would she have been like, you have to knock on him?
Knock on his buttocks.
I summon thee forth, Trantor.
Smack his ass.
What are the chances of that happening?
Oh, shit.
Thumb right in the butthole. The troll wakes right up. Dies immediately.
Hey,
with that
get the fuck out of here.
And then that old lady never gets those kids freed or
Get that
anything.
Miak out of here, she.
She grabs that can opener and chops Ernest in two. Good lord, that's a really sad version of Ernest Scared Stupid.
We need to reshoot that. We need to reenact that and just shoot it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Would you play the troll and I'll play Ernest so I can jam my thumb in your butt?
Depends on the pay.
So you're gay for me?
It's an auction. It is an auction.
Yeah.
$37.50 and I'll wear rubber
It's
on
not
my
off
thumb.
the table.
Are we going to add more zeros to that?
I'll lube it with Miak. I'll make it.
Well, Miak's not real, so Vegemite or something like that. We use peanut butter if you like that.
I'll make it myself. That's my own recipe.
God.
Special sauce. All right.
This is going off the fucking rails.
Oh yeah, that would completely.
We're still talking about Ernest Scared
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta give me that.
Yeah.
Very true. Speaking of, have you been watching anything else, Ben?
No.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
No.
Damn. All right. Have you watched anything recently? Have you watched the new Halloween movie?
Yes, I have.
What did you think of it?
You guys talked about it last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinda.
Okay. Well, like fleeting discussion. Ooh, a bird. Anyway, Amazon. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I mean, I didn't dislike it. I was just kind of thrown aback by the fact that for the third movie, the finale, the last movie of a trilogy, and they just went with something completely different. They took it a completely different route. I was just set aback by that. Like, oh, geez, that was quite a brave fucking decision.
Yeah.
Barely any Michael. You know, it's like the culmination of a trilogy, and there's barely any Michael. It's a passing of a torch movie.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't that be the second one?
Because then the town's not a character. You got to understand the town's motivation.
Well, that was the worst fucking movie in the trilogy.
Well, that's why they had the parade at the end of the third one, so that it tied it all together.
I kind of felt like the finale.
You get Michael's
with
story, you get the town story, and then you get, Corey Cooper's story. Cunningham.
Mr.
Corey
Cece.
Cunningham.
Yeah.
Is he the missing Cunningham that went upstairs and never came back down?
Yes,
Yeah,
he is.
okay. Thought so.
Yeah. The more I've thought about that movie, I liked it more and more. The more I've sat on it.
The beginning was the best part. I mean, come on now.
No.
I mean, I
The
always enjoy
DJ, the
Kids
DJ
Die
getting
movies.
fucked
Okay,
up.
that was good too.
The
But
DJ
I
getting
still
fucked
like
up
the
is still
beginning
my
when
favorite.
the fucking kid just got...
Or the band bully, which was funny to me, but him getting his face blowtorched was also...
That was good too.
Yeah.
So it did have good parts. I mean,
So you did not like it?
no, I did.
Oh, you did.
Take a wild guess who
there was-
didn't.
Yeah.
I explained myself last week. You know what? If you want to talk...
I didn't listen to it. Tell me.
It's one of my favorite Halloween sequels.
Yeah, well, see, I kind of
It's
agreed
up
with him
there.
on that because I was like, yeah, there's some bad ones.
Yeah, there's not a lot of competition.
No,
Yeah.
What was the Paul Rudd one?
Part
that's
6.
six.
Part
Curse of
6?
Michael Myers.
It couldn't be worse than that.
It's not. No, it's not worse than that.
So what exactly?
The director's
I mean,
cut
I
of
don't
that
mean to
movie is better
rehash
than the
it,
normal one, though.
but I mean, what exactly do you?
I
know?
wanted more of a build up to a final confrontation between Laurie and Michael, whereas they were just like, "Oh, hey, here's this guy." And
I mean,
Yeah.
didn't we have enough build up of that?
Yeah, I mean, we already had that basically in the first one.
I also feel like going back to the first one, how she's like a survivalist and she's got all these traps and all these things, and she just doesn't do that anymore. Which I get. I guess.
Yeah, for some reason, after he didn't die in the other movie,
She was just like-
She's just in grandma
yeah.
mode. Okay?
She was just
That's what
like-
she did.
She was
She
like, all right,
now
no more
I'm
need to
gonna-
worry about that.
I tried to light him on fire.
He
It didn't
killed my
work.
fucking daughter, so everything is
Yeah.
worse. But now I'm going to
Yeah.
just move out of my fortress.
Well, I guess she kind of came under the impression like that woman was like, you should have left that man alone. She's like, fine, fuck it. He killed my daughter. I will just leave it alone. I know he's not actually after me now. I was a crazy person. I'm done with that part of my life. Hopefully he stays away. Didn't work out that way because her daughter had to throw it on the next psycho bastard that rolls into town.
I thought that was kind of weird too. That all
She
of a
fucking
sudden,
introduced him to him too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I mean, everyone all of a sudden was hating on Lori, and really, Lori didn't
I mean,
deserve the hate she got. She didn't do anything.
But if you look at it from the point of view of Michael Myers wouldn't have done all that whenever he came back in 2018, if not for her antagonizing him. If you took that stance like that lady did, it would make sense.
Yeah, but I mean, she didn't do anything to antagonize him or anything. She was
bullshit. Yes, she did.
No, she was just
in that last movie and the first movie.
No.
Yeah, Michael did not give a shit about her, and it pissed her off so bad. Am I wrong?
The only reason because Michael in the first movie was just randomly walking around killing people. He was just killing basically who God knows fucking why, but he just did it.
I mean,
the only reason that he ended up in Laurie's path was because that psycho fucking doctor was like, okay, I'm going to put these two together.
But I mean, in the 2018 movie.
That is the 2018 movie. The doctor, his doctor that helped him break out of the bus, helped the bus crash, helped him get out, basically led him along to all these places, was leading because those two together. She
was the sole survivor, so he had this morbid curiosity in his brain that he was going to put them together to see what would happen. He figured it would be some magical shit. In reality, Michael didn't give a fuck about Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
He didn't.
I thought that made her mad, though, because she thought he cared.
I mean, that might be. I'd have to rewatch it
She
for that.
expected him to break out of jail and come for her, and then whenever he broke out of jail in that movie and didn't come for her, she was a little butthurt about it.
That's actually really fucking interesting. It is.
I really...
I mean, she was a little butthurt that he didn't come directly to her, but...
How much he affected her life and fucked her life. And I mean nothing to you.
That moment in that movie, she realized, she was absolutely nothing to him. But it was really...
I mean, obviously, because in Halloween Kills, he didn't go to the hospital to fucking kill her. He just went about his business killing fucking everybody else.
Because he did not care. And she's like, oh, God, Michael's coming for me. And
no, honey, he's not. Yeah, unless you're in the way, of course.
And I thought that was hilarious. And it was a great contrast and a sad thing about Laurie they didn't really go into enough, that she wasted her whole life like that. That affected her.
But also... Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say something completely out of left field. So no, continue on what you were going to say.
So in the last movie, whenever all the townspeople and everyone carry him to that disposal thing, churner, that was like a closure thing for the audience.
Mm-hmm. Everybody in the town.
Yeah, it was like, okay, he's dead. We're done. Michael Myers is dead. And Laurie is the one that took him to his grave.
Yeah.
So this is a closure of that. But really thinking back to the whole concept of the trilogy, that she really did not mean anything to Michael Myers. Michael Myers meant something to her.
Yeah.
It really, in the movie's context, makes it a little bit ridiculous that she's so important.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the town.
It's still all based on her.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the town that have just as much right to stand up there and watch that happen than her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's more people more affected than Laurie Strode.
Well, she was the one that killed him. He was strapped to her car.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
It was my car that took him there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm the one that slit his throat and his wrist.
Yeah, I don't care if you can't talk anymore because he stabbed you in the throat. You already cussed me out for being selfish. This is my moment to shine.
You got a fluorescent tube in your neck? Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
I drove him to the junkyard.
I was a little upset she didn't, how did she live through that? How did she live through any of that?
I want to know, whenever Trantor, the troll, yelled and his breath went and like it would break glass or make Ernest fly back.
Yeah.
Was the thing about it that it was powerful like Superman breath, or was it so strong it broke this stuff? Because the fog machine effect they would use and stuff didn't look that forceful. He would just go, ah, and then there'd be like some shitty fog and then glass would shatter. So was it the stench that did it, or was he like, super lungs?
I go with super lungs.
Super lungs? Okay.
That's what I go with.
So the fog that was around it just defied physics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's troll shit.
That's budget.
Troll physics.
We'll go with troll shit. Okay.
It's a budget thing.
Okay. I'm taking everything at face value. What I see is what I get, and it's real.
Yeah.
So it's got to be troll shit.
Troll shit.
Troll me out.
Have you watched anything else recently, or?
Not that I can think
Besides
of,
that
really.
movie?
No, I mean, we've been traveling, so.
How was the trip, by the way?
It was good.
Where'd you been?
Norway.
Oh, yeah.
Crab fishing, and haven't been crab fishing in ages, so it was good.
Oh, yeah. What was you doing up there?
Visiting family, my daughter. Oh, good time.
Oh, you're from Norway?
Yeah, sure am.
Oh, no shit. How long you been here?
About 10 years.
Oh, wow. You've got like no accent. I never would have guessed that you were from a foreign land.
I've heard that.
Honestly.
I've heard that before.
You sound like a nice southern boy.
Yeah, good proper little southern boy. So yeah, no, it was good coming home, and it's just the difference in the air. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on Kentucky or America in general here, but just landing back home, just the air is so much more crisp and.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's a higher elevation too, isn't it?
No,
I thought it was like mountainous and snowy, or is that just like a stereotype?
You thinking
that's
of
a stereotype.
Assassin's
Okay,
Creed?
I just legitimately don't know.
Oh no, for sure not. I got another buddy of mine who legitimately he thought that it was just the way that he was talking about it. You came here, there's more opportunity, and da da da. He was just kind of like talking about Norway like just fucking troll people and just
Troll people.
yeah. I mean just cavemen living in the fucking mountains and no technology and shit like that. And
I think of small communities like Santa's Village, like type stuff. Not like backwoodsy or anything, but like people making candy.
yeah,
Like no, not talking any shit. Like just that's the kind of vibe I get.
The population-wise, where you're from there, is it like...
it's like here.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I was wondering, because I know in Norway the population is not very big overall.
Oh no, it's like 5 million, maybe a little bit more now. So it's like 4 million less than New
It's
York.
like 7 million in Kentucky, I think.
Oh,
But the landmass itself, I mean, is huge.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering at, like how it's spread out actually. Like if it's
a
anything.
lot of small
the
towns.
Dudesons. They're Norwegian, right?
Dudesons.
Yeah.
What's that?
I feel like I know
The
that.
jackass guys from Norway, Yuka and Yarn, yeah.
I do not know.
Does Yarno sound like a Norwegian name?
No.
And Yuka?
No.
I wonder where they're from.
Dudeson.
No, they're Finland. Shit. They're Finnish.
Okay.
Okay, but that's all in the same up there in the Arctic Circle type stuff, right?
I see all of them.
It's like a...
No, I mean those three countries, Sweden, Finland, and Norway, are like right there in the same area, right?
Yeah, I mean...
And it's like across
It's
the pond
Scandinavia.
from this guy.
Across the pond.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just north of us.
Yeah.
We're separated with, by Denmark.
Yeah, okay.
But we can still drive over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not actually like landlocked to it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait, but what?
Yeah, but anyway, so Finland and all that stuff, I know that's probably further north, but I think of the snowy areas you see from that, and I associate that with Norway.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hitting at.
So a lot of people would be very surprised to find out that it's actually colder here during the winter time and fall.
Yeah. It's hotter
I'm
here
surprised
than
about
those
that,
other
actually.
places, too.
Well, I mean, we're not that much above the equator. I mean, like, we're not that much higher than here, really.
Okay. Oh shit.
Is that the butt plug?
Yes, I just ordered it for him.
Yeah. That was Amazon. Your package is on the way.
Once again, what the fuck?
Ben is like, God damn it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered the butt plug.
Oh.
Yeah. It'll be here Tuesday.
Tune in on Tuesday for next week's episode.
Does anyone in your family make candy?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Have you ever tried to make honey?
my mom will make muffins every now and then. So I don't know. Shit.
Okay.
Now, with him being here for 10 years, that's actually the funny thing is that me being here 20 years, I have an accent, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He spoke English before he came here, I didn't.
Yeah.
It's also, I think, the German language. I mean, just the way that the German language is spoke. It's incredibly hard for you guys to kind of adjust to just with Americans.
Yeah, but
just,
like even the way you just said spoke You said you said that like more country than I would say it.
Oh.
And that's what I'm saying. Your accent just sounds natural to the area.
Well, I mean, language has
that's why I would
always
never
been.
think you were
Language is the
Norwegian.
one thing that I'm good at in life.
Or I
That's the
never would've
only
thought it was your
fucking
second
thing.
language.
And also, my education is fucking linguistics.
I
And
mean, you're pretty good at tying your shoes and shit, man. Dressing yourself.
there's no
Let's see,
laces
Taylor.
on my shoes.
He's
Oh,
not wearing
okay, well.
underwear.
Good lord.
But really,
backwards.
I mean, but just how they use, like you guys trying to speak like he does, it's going to be very hard for you guys. It was also very hard for me to kind of learn how to speak like you guys, like American English, because you guys are very much vowel centric and open and a lot of mirror. Mirror took me a long fucking time
Mirror?
to learn. Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that. Or rural.
Like via
Judicial.
that's how we use it. Like R's.
Yeah.
So I had to learn kind of like R. It's really fucking
Well, I
hard.
am growing up watching shit like Ernest Scared Stupid and not being dubbed to Norwegian. You're hearing that guy talk and you're watching that a whole bunch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
they have to learn English. Essentially
Different things
because
like
of
that, just kind of, not saying,
I mean,
that
I
you're like,
suppose-
I learned English from Ernest, but, so maybe some of your dialect things you may have picked up on subtly from there when you were growing up.
Yeah, I would watch American shows all the time and pick up shit like that. I mean, I knew a lot of English before I even started at elementary school.
Where you're
But
like,
it's like-
know what I mean? Ha ha ha.
No, I never sound like that. But, and you got like Martin in Germany, everything is dubbed.
Yeah.
So he didn't have that, let's say, advantage.
So was there ever a little Gissler running in there and be like, hey mom, know what I mean? But like in Norwegian?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
That's cool.
often I would talk to myself.
That's awesome.
And
Awesome.
I was speaking English to myself.
Yeah.
I've always loved America. I love American culture, movies, everything, music.
We have French fries.
Put some mayo on your French fries.
Yes.
Yes. Friend.
Burger.
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 Hey, friend. So, yeah.
Do you prefer to speak in English or in Norwegian?
English.
Really? Okay. I actually still like to speak in German, but obviously the only one that I can speak in German is my mother. My sister doesn't even speak German now anymore.
I mean, I haven't spoken German in so long. I mean, I was pretty decent at it. But
Well, you need to start fucking learning it again, okay?
Do you guys ever dream in other languages? Or do you dream in your language you predominantly speak?
my wife has told me that I speak, talk in my sleep in Norwegian sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so that's an interesting question because a lot of times I get asked, when you think, do you think in German or in English?
Yeah.
Well, do you think in a language? Only when you speak to yourself in your mind, you actually speak in language at that moment.
Yeah.
But you don't actually think in a language.
Oh, I do.
Nobody does.
I do.
When you speak, like I said, when you speak to yourself in your
Like
mind.
right now I'm thinking, oh, I need to scratch my face. My mind's not doing that subconsciously.
That's well because you did it on purpose.
Because I had the thought to.
But you didn't actually. Well, okay.
Is this fucking Morpheus and Neo right now?
But in general, you don't actually think in a language, so you don't actually. I couldn't say like, oh, yeah, it's in German or in English. If I speak to myself in my mind, if I'm talking to you right now in English, I will. Yes, I would most likely will continue if I would say something like speak to myself in my mind in English. But if I was just speaking to my mother in German or to my grandmother over in Germany, I will switch back over to German and continue with that.
So when you hear me talk, do you process it any differently? Do you filter it through your brain as in German, or do you hear it and just think, okay, now that's just normal?
By default, I just know it because I've been here so long and understand the language.
Whenever you were learning English,
Then I would have to
did
basically
you have
translate
to
it.
filter it through your own head like
Yes.
that and think of it?
Yeah, I would have to basically
And you
translate
would get
that at that
confused
moment.
because someone would say something like butt plug, and you'd be like, I don't have a word for that,
So, you know how many times that even nowadays I would say that I have words that I come across where I have to like fill them in because if I'm in a conversation and I don't know the word, I kind of have to. I figure it out as we go because of context. in the conversation, or I have to either ask or look it up afterwards.
How do you say Ernest Scared Stupid in German?
You know what? I'm trying to remember what they actually had titled that.
Ernesto Scared Stupido-ish line.
I'm actually going to look this up real quick. Hold on a second. No. Well,
Mine Whirl.
While I'm looking that up, actually, have you been watching anything interesting?
Oh, no. I stopped watching things.
That's too bad. Get ready, TV?
No, just Ernest. Just Ernest.
Just got rid of Ernest?
No, that's all I've been watching.
Oh, fuck. Stopped watching.
I've been trying to quit. My wife keeps pulling me back in like I had to watch this Dahmer show earlier today. I finished that.
Oh, God, yeah. Shit, we can talk about that.
Talk about what?
Dahmer. Holy shit. This fucking fascination with Dahmer these days. Even my own child is like, Dahmer this, Dahmer that. Oh, what's his name? Chris Evans? Chris? What?
Evan Peters? The guy who played Dahmer?
Yeah, Ralph Boner, dude.
I keep thinking of Chris Evans for some reason.
Yeah. Well, you got the wrong superhero. He was Quicksilver.
Yeah.
He played Ralph Boner in WandaVision. Chris Evans played the Human Torch in that Fantastic Four movie.
I mean, it's facts. It's factual. He didn't do this.
After that, it kind of fell off the map. I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck he's doing these days.
I don't know what he's doing nowadays. I think he had a shitty mustache in a spy movie recently, but I haven't really heard much from him.
But yeah, that Dahmer thing is just, I fucking hate it.
Oh, why is that?
It's exploitative. It's the story's been told so many times. I don't know why these people now came along and thought that we're going to tell this from a fresh perspective.
Oh, it was a great show. They did a fantastic job with it. It was done so well, dude. And I'm fascinated by serial killer stuff, so like I eat all this shit up. I've been watching tons of. They got a lot of details wrong.
Dahmer ate a lot of shit up too.
Yeah.
He did.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, he was very honest about everything he did.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid to glorify him. I think it's bad that people would
But that's
feel
what's kind of
sympathetic
happening
over this
though.
kind of sympathize with Dahmer. That's stupid if they do that. But I definitely think it's important to get the story out there. Especially, I mean,
We know
this
the
dude
fucking
was-
story. You know what
yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
know. But you ever tried to? Of course you have. You ever tried to watch an '80s movie with a younger kid? They don't want to fucking see that. They don't care. You need to redo it, make it sleek.
Yeah, but let them
And if you
die
need-
in history, like be forgotten.
You need these warnings out there, man. You need to remind people, you know.
Yeah, I don't think that it needs to be forgotten. I mean, anything that is history based, even I will say that, as a German.
I would not say Dahmer is one of the pinnacles of history that needs to be remembered.
Well, you're also weren't a gay dude in the '80s or a gay dude now with that culture and everything going around. It was about how the cops didn't care about what was going on with the gays or the blacks, so he was after them.
That
Things like that.
I will concede that is a good point.
It's a good horror story.
But like Dahmer said himself, I really truly did not give a shit about their skin color.
I know
or
it was because he
sexual
could get away
orientation.
with it.
So I mean, it was just whoever showed me attention.
Yeah.
He was trying to fulfill what he could not get from his parents, basically.
Oh no! He just wanted a fuck zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he wanted someone that he could rely on. Because his dad left him all the time. He could not rely on his dad, and his mom was a coked out fucking bitch that was strung out all the time. And
Yeah, but he also didn't like hearing people's bullshit, so he wanted them shut up and just to be subservient.
Well, growing up with that kind of mom, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
So that's why I
But
wanted
yeah,
to fuck
I thought it was
zombie.
a fantastic show. I thought they did a great job with it. Was it exploitive? Did it get some details wrong? Sure. But somebody's going to make it. I'm glad if they made it, they did it so well.
Yeah, I mean,
Instead of doing it kind of shitty like they did that Zac Efron one.
yeah, I mean, someone could have done it worse for sure. But
Yeah.
anyway, Ernest Scared.
Well, yeah. As a matter of fact, did you all know that the working title was Ernest Scared Stiff?
Yep.
I did not know that. In German, it was actually Chaotisches Halloween.
Chaotic, Chaotic Halloween.
Yeah. That's basically a Cowardish's Halloween.
His name wasn't in the title?
No, it wasn't in the title.
Oh.
I didn't realize that.
Did he have a German name, or did everybody call him Ernest?
It's still Ernest, yeah. I was actually looking at the different titles, and everywhere almost it was known as Ernest Scared Stupid. Of course, some of them. Let's see, what? Spain, Ernest Contra Los Trolls? Okay. Yeah, most of them were literally with Ernest in the title, but Germany had to go Cowardish's Halloween.
Huh. They did that in Norway, too. They would change the titles completely. Like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. They would call, in Norwegian, it's called Hjelp til juleferie. Help.
Oh, yeah, that sounds
it's a help, it's Christmas Vacation.
Huh. Wow.
It's still better than in Germany when they've changed the title, but still keep an English title.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Or
I
I
can give you
heard you guys talk about this.
But Die Hard, stirb langsam, which means die slowly.
Okay.
Bleed out.
Well, these are ones called Bloody Feet.
Yeah.
So, Ernest had a TV show called Hey Vern, It's Ernest. What was that called in Germany?
Nah, I don't know.
Goofy Man and House?
I don't know. They probably had it, but let's see. Let's take a look.
Greetings, Vernon. It's my house.
Yeah. Welcome in, Vernon. Mucho esto, Ernesto. Ernesto Minch. That's it, probably.
So I just found an article here about the worst Norwegian titles or translated titles.
Yes.
Like, this is Spinal Tap in Norwegian. It's help, we're in the pop business.
Like pop music or like soda?
No pop.
Help.
It's in music.
We suck at making soda.
Help!
We need a marketing team.
Die Hard was Auktionsskyskraper. So basically, Mission Skyscraper.
Mm-hmm. Funny enough, The Rock made that movie 20 years later.
He did, didn't he?
Wait, what movie?
Mission Skyscraper. All right.
Okay.
So I guess that about wraps her up for the episode, eh?
I guess it does. We're all on our phones right now, just looking random shit up.
Well, I was looking at the title of what
If
he
you
was
need
talking
to
about.
mine for something else to talk about, I think it's about time to just stop talking.
Yeah, no, that's.
I think that was Confucius.
So, around the table, the movie ended up getting, what was it, 25 stars?
20
that's
geese
a
out of
pretty
34.
Yeah,
Pretty good rating, 25
Well,
stars.
you only gave it 4. Mm-hmm. You only gave it 4.
No, I
Did you
gave
give
it
it
5.
5? Oh, that's right. You changed your mind too. And Ben changed his mind too.
Well, the math whizzes around here. It wouldn't be 25 anyway, because 5 times 4 is 20, and that's all. I mean.
Well, I was counting her 5 as well.
Oh, you're just assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't forget my dog.
Huh?
Don't forget my dog.
Dogs are stupid, Martin. Dogs don't have brains. The dog does not have an opinion on the movie.
Yeah, just look at rim shot.
They don't have brains.
But it still wouldn't be 25 stars. It would be 24 because I only gave it 4.
Huh?
I only gave it 4.
I know,
changed
but
to 5.
I made you give it the 5th.
You didn't make me give it the 5th. You suggested that I give it the 5th.
I swayed your opinion.
I never once agreed to that.
You did.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
We'll run the tape.
It's the drugs he put in your Sprite.
I
Yes,
you did agree on that one.
I give it 5.
Gordon, you were looking up what German translation something or other.
That was
You were
after
picking
that.
it.
No, not sure.
All right. Okay, we gave it 30 stars. Martin's dog said it also gave
That's
it 5
right.
stars.
That's right.
It's
I was
official.
wrong. They have brains.
All right.
Okay.
I would say we call it on that one. It's already getting late anyway. So, until the next time, goodbye.
Happy Halloween and
Bye.
Guten Florgen.